Hello, fellow watchers and enjoyers. Ash and Piggy here from Watching Walford to bring you yet another edition of Watching Walford. It's episode number 38, and...
Just want to say, this edition is brought to you by Ash's resignment. He got his Julius theme. You'll find out in a minute. He got his Julius theme. You know, he was at the work, he was at his place, and then he went, guys, I think it's time to part ways, and he fucking...
I did the Max Brannon, just walked away.
As Julius theme plays, then his work moment. Not bad, but so this episode's brought to you by... Well, he didn't get sacked. He left.
Yes.
Or he got sacked, depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to interrupt and say that this edition is brought to you by that. I don't know if I wanted to make it public, but
I'll go into it a little bit in a moment. But yeah. Today's episode is obviously going to cover week 38 of 2023, all the episodes from the 18th of September all the way to the 21st. So the main storylines we're covering this week are obviously Jay finding comfort in an escort called Nadine. I didn't actually get a name the entire time. Like, apparently that's a name. Who the fuck knew? Not me. The camera's just about to break a second. There we are. Apparently she's called Nadine. Who the fuck knew that one? Sorry.
That's going to be an EastEnders quiz in about 5 years.
Yeah, yeah. Well, unless they actually do get together.
She's an obscure character at the moment, so like if she doesn't get much of a stint, it will be like a pub quiz question in 5 years.
Agreed. Is Alfie going to stop the wedding? Obviously, Kat and Alfie's wedding has been going down not Kat and Alfie. Kat and Phil's wedding has been going down this week. But is Alfie gonna, at the end, just decide, fuck this, let's drop this bomb? Ravi's killer secret has been revealed, and this has resulted in Nugget, the one person Ravi has always kind of tried to protect, finding out. And finally, Alfie lied about his cancer and is going to be enduring some treatment. So that's all the topics we're going to be talking about. But as we always do in this podcast, before we start, let's go ahead, do the general. How's it going, Piggy? Fucking
I drew the picture at the wrong time. Oh, fucker, with me teeth.
Oh, Jesus. It's all going bad.
I'm doing good, by the way. Sorry, I just went, I'll show this because he's going to go on for about 2 minutes. So I'll be like, I'll be fine. And then the minute he's like, oh, Piggy, how are you? I'm like, I'm doing the bar. Like, I broke like this crappy Kinder piano in half, like, But I'm going good. My week wasn't as hellish as yours was. Mine was just normal.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the week. Again, just since I am the host of the Classic Podcast. If you don't see it for the next few weeks, just know that it's because Ash, after what transpired at home, nothing bad transpired. He didn't get abused or anything.
I'll go into it in a moment.
Yeah.
Get some clarity. The Classic Podcast. There's a chance it'll come back next week, but we're also, a lot of shit went down this week, so probably the best to just go, you know what, maybe let's not sit through another 2 hours of EastEnders. This is after 38 weeks of this podcast. This is now, I guess, technically what I'm doing full time. Obviously, as mentioned before, during, I think it was 2 weeks ago where we did the podcast, or a couple of weeks ago where we did the podcast where we covered, our Christmas plans and what we're planning for the future. Well, obviously, I was still doing stuff as a leather worker, but, I was going to leave at the end of the year anyways. Turns out I'm leaving now. Bit of a flare-up, bit of a disagreement. Things weren't exactly working the way it was there. So now it's an impromptu, now we're doing this shit here. Which, perfectly fine. I was going to leave anyways. So now, yes, I am technically working on this full time. Bit of a shock to the system. Will take me a little hot minute to adjust. So if you don't suddenly go, but Ash, you're working on this full time. There's still the same videos as normal. Just know that, it's something I've been doing for like 4 years at this point. So it's got to be a bit weird to adjust, Anytime we record, it's like, oh, Ash, you want to record? And I'm like, I'm tired from work. And then it'll be like, sound. But, all this new time, not sure what to do with it. But, yeah, it's that's what's happened. I'm now technically working on this full time.
Well, you were already technically working on this full time. It was just, it's like a previous job. Sorry, I can't pay you. I sent your money to the wrong address. So. If you want your money, you'll have to go find the person I mailed it to. But yeah, just I had to get that dig in. But yeah, I've been doing good. I've been trying to comfort Ash through his work, through his unemployment, even though it wasn't really implied, he was implied in quotations. I've been trying to help him through, crack some jokes. We were thinking of going. We were planning our trips that we might be doing next year. Someone suggested we sleep in a caravan, and as I rightly pointed out, the last piggy to sleep in a caravan fell through it. I didn't go into detail why, but basically, my dad, and my uncle, and my granddad basically rented a caravan, and my granddad went, "Well, guys, I'm gonna get some kick." So he did his little run. He ran. He jumped on the bed and it went through the floor.
Fucking hell.
He was like, "Guys, don't be alarmed, I might have broke the bed." Like he was sleeping and half his body was up, half his body was down.
That's unreasonable, that is. Yeah,
Could you imagine that happens to us next year?
Oh,
we sleep in a caravan and I break the bed.
I'm good, mate. I'm not paying for that. You're paying for that.
You'll just blame the previous person.
It was fine when we left it. Well, best blame the cockroaches then, Buster.
Yeah, but we've just been planning trips and shit. Like, obviously, I'm still coming over in November. It's the current plan. Things might, real life might get in that way. But yeah, I've been doing good. Yeah, I've just tried to cheer Ash up through this. That's all.
Yeah.
Not particularly sad. He's just confused.
Yeah, it's been a lot to deal with, but it's not really like I'm not necessarily racked with any guilt. I'll just say, if I can frame up a little bit, yeah, there we are.
Yeah,
lovely.
But yeah, that's all I've been doing.
Yeah, it's it was a big surprise that it happened, but fundamentally, it was what I was going to do anyway, so it gives me a bit more time to adjust to this and figure out what we're going to do. It's going to be weird. Probably going to have to set myself a bit of a routine to keep myself active, but see what the fuck happens. It's a leap of faith a little bit earlier than expected, but it'll be right. But if I am slightly more dejected or slightly less kind of hyped, or I didn't necessarily enjoy the week of EastEnders as much, yeah, it's been a decent amount going on, so that's what we'll blame that on. I'd like to say I have some more interesting, sweeping statements or anything, but it's just not happened.
I see. What I want is, when Bill Clinton slept with that woman, but apparently didn't, and he had to address the nation.
Yeah.
What I want is to get you a giant green screen background and upload to the After Dreams channel, and just be like, "My fellow Americans, I did not get fired from my workplace. I left my workplace. Nothing went on there, my fellow Americans, my fellow wet watchers."
Oh. But yeah,
I don't know why. Just see you in a full suit.
I really wish I had something funny to say about this. Big shame, but fuck them.
At the time of recording this, I'm currently going to see Lord of the Rings 2 and 3. No, at the time of recording this, I'm going to see Lord of the Rings 1. And when this video comes out, I'll be seeing Lord of the Rings 2 and 3, all in cinema. And then
the extended version.
Yeah, the extended version. And my dad just went, "Bring a cushion." And I went, "Why?" Because you'll be sat in the cinema for 11 hours.
Hey.
On Sunday. I start at 2 and I think I finish at 11.
Oh, gee. Wait, you're doing it all in one?
I'm doing the first one today,
Okay.
Thursday.
All
The
right.
second one on Sunday at 2:00,
Yeah.
and the third one at 6:30 on Sunday.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah.
So if I'm slightly dejected on Saturday for Strictly, I just know that I'm like a kid going into war. I'm just
Preparing. So I got this. But yeah, I suppose generally, I also, like we usually do on this, I just want to welcome all the new people coming in. Skyrocketing towards 200 subscribers. Gotta say, I've been loving all of the comments we've been getting. It's been really rewarding to do a really good video, and then suddenly people are just like, good video, and I'm like, yeah! It's like a fucking dog where it's like, pat me on the head, pat me on the head, pat me on the head.
I do love how it's all the Hollyoaks videos. No one is like watching the EastEnders content. They're like, fucking Hollyoaks.
Yeah, all the Hollyoaks stuff is doing quite well, honestly. Also, one thing I haven't mentioned this to you before the show, but the one thing that feels quite good is obviously a couple of days ago, 20th September, we released the Christmas flash forward Who Dies video, and to just explain how much of I'd like to say we did a very good job of presenting that video and like kind of making it concise. It has like 13 minutes of watch time, which
30 minutes.
Like 13.
Oh, that's not bad.
But considering most of our videos, 1 minute, 30 seconds, that's a pretty big achievement, considering it is just us two chatting shit. So, yeah, it's
do you want
cool.
to shout out the guy who said that Jay's going to die at Christmas? I would love to bring you on the podcast. I really would love to get you on the podcast and get your thoughts on why you think this. Not calling you stupid or anything, I just want your thoughts. Like, because, you have out there takes like Mark's gonna die, but you're seeing fucking aliens, man. We're seeing giraffes. You're seeing goddamn aliens. So yeah, just shout out to that guy if he watches this video. Just shout out to you, my man. I want the weed that you're on, or crack, or whatever you're on. I fucking want it.
Wow, to say all the viewers are on with crack. We say this as someone else has proceeded to just comment on the video. So yes, if you do want extra thoughts from us, we do, or at least I comment and I respond to all the shit. I respond to all your comments. So, you want some extra time with your favourite watching Walford host, well, just post a fucking comment about it. But yeah, I mean, it's alright. It's pretty good. We're at a good place. At least we're at a pretty decent place for me to now work on this a bit more fully. And like, if it was a couple months ago, if it's when we were doing the fucking early version of the podcast, oh Jesus, everything's dead. It's all miserable. But we're all heading towards a pretty good place, both channel wise in general and plans for the future. So yeah, that's pretty right. Look at how red that bedsheet is. Banging. But let's go ahead and talk about the main stories that we're going to do. Can
we also talk about the Theo update on the on EastEnders quickly?
Yeah, quickly. Do you want to get into it?
Yeah, because every week I'm going to come back when Theo is not a main character, but we see his side quests. Basic. I don't know why. He's not a fucking Skyrim character, but you know what I mean. When he's not featured prominently, but he's kind of there. This week, Stacey is fearing for her life because again, you live right beside a stalker who is obsessed with you, wanking to your photos. Smelling your underwear, smelling your perfume, smelling your grandchild's nappies. You get a bit weirded out. And basically, so all he did this week was he basically helped Stacey with nappies. Like Stacey dropped something and then he picked them up and went, "Here you go, Stacey, we can be twins." And then basically in the pub you have Theo, who's like, and Stacey's like, and then Theo's like, and Stacey's like, "Get the fuck out of my life!" Like she just like, "I want to kill you." Like I just love it. It's like, But yeah, that was the few update. Not much has happened. But also, for quickly, anybody wants to see about Reese, Reese had nothing to do this week. He just made a list about what he doesn't like in his lasagna, and I respect it. So he didn't like onions and garlic, I think, which respected. Okay, I guess. But he is definitely a bitch who doesn't like garlic and onions. Who doesn't like garlic and onions?
I can understand not liking onions, because onions are always quite mid. Like, no matter how you dress up onions, they just taste like a fucking onion. But, you know, good garlic, you know, can't really change it.
I remember in my home ec class, me and my friend used to eat raw onions because he loved raw onions. So he'd chop up an onion and then I'd go, here you go. And he'd chop up an onion and go, here you go. So he'd eat raw onions. Slices of raw onions. So yeah.
That's fucking... What's wrong with him? Is he not loved as a child? Why is he eating raw onions?
He also loved bananas.
Yeah.
So like
well, one's a bit more reasonable than the other one.
So every couple of weeks, he'd be like, he might be a bit sad because something might not gone his way. So I'd be like, do you know, like when a parent goes up to a kid and starts shaking their keys, I'd go for the packet of bananas. Be like, here you go. Do you want a packet of bananas?
I thought you were just gonna say you just peel off some onion skin. Just, can you see this? Yeah. And he's just like, yes, yes. Yeah, like a fucking sub where dominatrix and heels. Yeah, give me the onion.
He does a fucking angle. He puts on the straps. Yeah,
step on me.
I recommend anyone, if you can find a clip of fucking Kurt Angle doing the it's brilliant. It's basically what I instantly thought. Yeah, let's fucking go. But yeah, they used to dangle bananas before one give them to him. I think he enjoys Guinness now, which I'm like, makes sense if you enjoy raw onions, because Guinness is very bitter. But yeah, that's just a Reese update, and that's just a Theo update. Theo gets more scenes next week, and spoilers have shown he gets about 2 or 3 more scenes, and Reese gets a couple of more scenes again next week. So yeah, that's the update.
Yeah.
You can get into the main stories now.
Yeah, I was just responding to the YouTube comments. As we're recording, what a crime! You wouldn't have done that when you were employed. All right. So the first story we're going to talk about... Yeah, true. First story we're going to talk about is Jay confiding in a new person who happens to be an escort called Nadine. So if you want to just give some of the setup whilst I crudely type this slowly.
I'm just waiting for this bottle to stop squeaking like a 5-year-old. But I'll continue while the bottle screams at me. I
don't hear it, so it's no issues for me.
Good. But yeah, basically, we see throughout the week that Jay, you know, he's a bit sad. You know, he's a sad puppy because, of course, if you're a lover who's not really your lover because you had about 2 years to interact and that at most.
At least he's finally dealing with his grief.
Yeah.
About time. It's only been about 6 months.
But yeah, he's basically found an escort. I'm not going to remember her name.
Nadine.
Nadine. Basically, he basically thinks she looks like Lola.
She does look like Lola.
But what I would have done is I would have just brought Daniel Harlett back and just had her pretend to be someone else. Just because then you have the identical look alike, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's a bit. Well, they got rid of Lola because they wanted to shit can her. So she's not getting brought back to be a ghost type. You know, like if you had to get like a fucking stunt double for when, like, you know, Jay sees Lola, but when everybody else looks at her, she looks like this person. But yeah, I suppose just to describe it, she is dressed in like fucking leggings, like the fucking like used the like just basically she looks like Lola. She just looks like a slightly thinner Lola, but looks a little bit more posh. I think that's how I describe her.
And basically throughout the week we see Jay confides in her because like I do. What's the word? I do reason with Jay because, like, what I do is whenever I see an old lady hunched over with white hair who's about 5'3", I always go to my dad. There's my nanny. There's her nanny,
Yeah.
and my dad be like, it's obviously not. And I'm like, yeah, but it is funny, isn't it? Like, just any elderly lady, there's your nan. But yeah, basically, he does what I do when I see an old lady. Except I don't sleep with them.
Well, he didn't sleep in the most literal sense.
Yes. Basically, they have a few drinks, cocktails, mostly cocktails, and basically they go back to her place. I don't know where her place is. It could be the fuck all of nowhere. And basically he goes back there and he goes to leave, but she's like, "Stay, come on. We won't do it if you're a virgin. Come on." And he basically stays with her. And then awkwardly, he fucking starfishes when he sleeps with her. He's awkwardly slapped like that.
He's not starfishing. He's sleeping like a banana.
Hopefully that's our thumbnail. It's just the awkward. It's either that or the bicep.
Keanu's little. Hey, Phil, look at Cat over there. Check that. Oh shit. Do it again.
Starts doing the big pop pump. Hola, if you hear me.
Oh, but yeah. So yeah, and simply so far she's not mentioned anything about him actually paying. I'm not sure if he'll actually do that yet or not. I wonder how much it'll be. See, the main issue with this storyline is frame yourself up again. The main issue of this storyline is that just about 3 years ago in 2020, in a little-known soap called Coronation Street, a certain character called Daniel Osborne, well, he met someone, thought it was going well. Oh, you're an escort. Oh, can you be my dead wife, please? Like, you know, it's money's money, right? But it's still like, why are you doing this now, lads? Why is this happening? It's a bit too similar. Like, what if they actually have a connection and Jay starts going out with her? Then they're together. Now it's about her trying to set up her life, not being an escort. Like, I don't know, lads. Why? I'm not feeling it. I appreciate Jay. I appreciate Nadine. But it's just a bit uncomfortable, isn't it?
Like I understand, like, you want to remember the love of your life, but I don't go up to an old lady and say, like, "Can you please wear my nanny's clothes?" Like, that's a bit weird to me. It's like, my nanny's dead. Can you please wear her clothes?
It'd be like me going up to a random bloke saying, "Can you be my dad?" Yeah. What'd he do? He just he yelled at me. No, he didn't. I had a nice dad. But like, I don't know. Me and Piggy watched this weeks together, and we're just kind of like, oh God, oh Jesus, please don't. Please,
I have nothing wrong with it. Again, if you enjoy that, that's good. But I'm just saying, if she's dead, or he's dead, or they're dead, then, like, do not get someone to dress up like your dead partner, because that's a bit weird. Because I don't care what anyone says. That's just a bit weird. Because once if you accidentally, you're in the middle of coitus, you're pumping them.
They're not pumping yet.
Yeah, but imagine you're pumping them and she's dressed like your dead partner, like you're gonna be like, Lola, oh Lola. My name's not Lola. Oh. Can you please get me a towel? I've just kind of made ice cream everywhere. Please clean up. Thanks.
I suppose just to take away from the slightly negative thing. I'm simply complaining just because it's something that didn't feel like it was that long ago. Personally, like seeing the Coronation Street stuff, like it's kind of a similar situation. Both of their partners died from cancer. Now we're doing this. I don't dislike soaps repeat storylines all the time. It's like when Coronation Street gets scared, they create a murderer. When Emmerdale gets scared, they just add a rapist. And when EastEnders get scared, I don't know, they just do a really big affair, I guess. I don't know.
See, do you know what Emmerdale do?
Hmm?
Do you know what Emmerdale do? They go to the BBC and go, got Russell Brand's number, and then they bring him in.
Topical.
Topical.
But yeah, like, soaps usually have their calling cards. It's what they go for. Like, EastEnders, time to do another social issue storyline. Oh, why? To be fair, EastEnders does just like... EastEnders' current calling card is cancer, let's be honest. Like, so many times. And, you don't get a choice when cancer happens. You can't just go, it's not realistic. 3 people have died of cancer this year. It's like, yeah, of course, but like... I don't know. It's just my main issue is I don't want to judge it too soon because I think the actress did a good job. I think the actor did a good job as well. I like that they do have chemistry. Like for people who just met, they get along really well. I do hope this develops into a nice little friendship. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up getting together because that's how these things usually go. I think everybody will just be a bit stunned because A, she's worked as an escort, and B, Jay, doesn't she look a lot like your ex-wife? A lot like your, like, fucking dead wife, like. But I don't, just to fully wrap this up, like, you know how this channel works. We're not really super negative. We don't really like to just kind of delve like, this was why that was fucking shit. And it's like, nah, like, it's not that. Like, give it its time. Like, oh, what a surprise. People like Gina. No, they don't really, let's be honest. But, some characters don't get out of the scrutiny. But this one, give it a bit of time. Don't immediately pan it off. It's clearly a part of a bigger story developing. Just let it go. Let it fucking happen.
Let it go. Let it go. But yeah, my thoughts is like, yeah, EastEnders all soaps have a calling card. Let's be honest, like you said. Of course, to me, EastEnders' go-to is either a stalker, cancer, or fucking you're dying. Lol, get over it.
Yeah, I definitely would say at this point it is cancer. But yeah. What's Hollyoak's calling card? Very fast-paced sudden deaths out of nowhere. Do love some of that. Do love a bit of an affair. Do love having a gay man having kids. It's always happens. Lovely. Love Hollyoaks.
Unrealistic. Gay men can't have kids. Unrealistic.
But yeah, it's yeah, it is interesting. Maybe one day it'll be a video where we kind of just figure out what is each soap's like main like fallback. Oh shit, it's not going well. Murder, rape, cancer, done. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting, but like again, if I can speak on this, I don't know if we're wrapping this segment up because there isn't much to talk about.
As much time as you want on it, mate.
But I just want to say again, personally, to me, it feels a bit creepy to have someone dress up as your dead partner, or granny, or mom, or father. Well, if it's your mom or father, that would be even weirder, in my opinion. Can you please have sex with me and pretend to be my mom?
The old Norman Bates special.
You know what I mean? But again, give this storyline some time to shine. I can already smell the Reddit where they're like, she's fucking shit. She's a shit character.
It's like she's supposed to be like Lola, but she just died. Yeah, of course she fucking is. It's all point. If that's over your head, what the fuck else goes over your head?
Cocaine.
Yeah, God.
Like obviously again, Reddit probably is unhappy with it because Reddit is either happy.
So ready for it to fucking. It'll happen. Some people do completely miss it. I don't know. Just.
Oh. But yeah, like I said, it's like Wait, where the fuck's my headband? Let's put my headband in. it's basically like it is basically like, everyone in Reddit is gonna hate it. People on Twitter are only gonna care about Sucky and Eve or Ballum.
Yeah.
People on Instagram are just gonna shit on Theo Hawthorne and Reese. I don't know about Facebook. Facebook is probably still in 2005. They still probably are excited to see Kat and Alfie's first wedding. So yeah, they're still wondering when Peggy Mitchell dies. I haven't caught up. So yeah, but yeah, my thought is just let this storyline run its course. I don't know if it'll be a long-term storyline or it'll be a short-term storyline.
I mean, I think this will end up being Jay's mystery friend. I know that I took all the credit because Gina and him had a scene like once, but maybe I was actually wrong. And yeah, I'm just looking through the subreddit, and it doesn't. Oh, all right. Let's take a look at this one Reddit thread. And it's not too unreasonable. We're not going to spend like 20 minutes on this. This isn't a solo video in itself, you know. Nadine and Jay. Anyone else notice how this seems to be a carbon copy of the Coronation Street storyline involving Daniel and Nikki? Great observational skills. Nadine looks a lot like Lola. No? What do you mean? There's no similarities in the two characters. They have like peroxide blonde hair, they wear workout gear everywhere, and they wear big fucking hoop earrings. I wonder who they fucking look like. Man alive.
Fucking Pat Butcher.
Just like Nikki slightly resembled Sinead. Both Daniel and Jade lost their loved ones to cancer. Daniel confided in Nikki in a non-sexual way for closure, even though she was a sex worker, and just like Nadine seems to be. I know they all recycle the same storylines, but at least make them a little different from each other. Yeah, in case we don't fully make it clear, there's nothing sexual involved in this. It's just comfort. Please be there for me. You look like my ex. Please comfort me. Yeah. It's also like oh yeah, there's also a stalking storyline. So if Theo decides to fucking throw some acid in someone's face, it's just Coronation Street, like, oh yeah, copy my notes, but just change a few words, and they're like, Stacy, throw some acid at Theo. Yep, got it. Cheers, mate. Sound. Fuck's sake, lads.
Again,
I appreciate
storylines.
You, good lord.
Storylines do have to be repeated because, again, nothing's gonna be original. Like, that's why there's like fucking 20 remakes of The Lion King. Like, we're currently in a weird time frame in the world. Again, like I said, nothing can be original because everything has to copy from something. But again, we're in a weird time frame in the world. I don't know why this is about movies, but it is, where we're basically going, have you got any ideas, Jim? Well, Toy Story. Yes, I know Toy Story, the animated film. Wouldn't it be funny if you made a live action? And you're like, yeah, what's your point? Yeah, it'd be funny, wouldn't it? And then they're like, how about we just do Toy Story 5? Which is happening, guys. Toy Story 5 is happening. Sadly. Should have stayed dead after 3, but still. And like in soaps, they can't, they have to copy their homework from some soap. They can't look at an American drama and copy that. And they use the same slang they use in America. Like, that would be very weird.
But yeah, I suppose, like I said before, like, as much as I am mocking the very similar storylines, very eerily similar storylines, like I said, I'm not going to spend the next fucking 7 episodes of the podcast going, oh, Piggy, this is why this thing's fucking shit, 'cause it's copying Coronation Street. It's like, let it run its course, lads. But
yeah, let it run its course. Who knows, it might get sexual, but again,
it might develop into a lovely little relationship in itself.
Again, but
if the actors actually have chemistry, so they seem
wouldn't it be feel weird though if, like, again, in the middle of set she just starts calling her Lola? Like, wouldn't you be a bit weirded out, like?
Yeah, it would be a bit weird. But there we are. I think we've honestly, the amount we talked about this storyline is quite impressive. So let's go ahead to the next one. That being good old Excuse me, sorry. Fucking hell.
Bless
Is
you.
Alfie going to stop the wedding? No. No, he's not. Essentially, Kat decides that she wants Alfie to, like, take her down the aisle or walk down the aisle. Bit less innuendo there. Take me down the fucking aisle, Alfie. I already did that.
Do you want me to run through it?
Yeah, go ahead, mate.
So we start off the week, where we still see Keanu. Phil, I know you've got a secret. And I know it's because you don't like spaghetti with meatballs. I know that's your secret.
Stop taking my kid away, Phil. I'll mess you up. Me and my 3 friends will batter you, Phil. I'll take you down.
Exactly.
And then Sharon's like, son, stop fighting. But, Mum, you know what he's done. He's taken away my sweeties. I used all me pocket money up. Fucking hell.
Wait.
Mum, please.
I love how Sharon is the mom and not even Karen. It's Sharon.
No, it's Sharon. Well, do you like Kid Keanu voice? Tell us in the comments.
I think that's one of the best skits you've done.
Mum,
Mom!
but Phil's been really mean. He's been playing cards with Emma. It's just the complete lack of understanding. Mum, what did they do? Ah, well, when a man and a woman. What?
The penis go in a man's hole.
Ew! He just sends it. God.
Exactly.
Oh, good lord.
Where was I? Keanu basically was sniffing around Phil's, and this leads on to mostly Tuesday's episode. But Monday, Keanu basically has a row with Phil. Not really, it was more, again, like what Ash said, it was more Keanu, like, Phil, my child, she is my fucking child. And Phil's like, get over you, baldy. He's not bald. But, like...
He breaks a mug.
He breaks a mug.
Yeah! What? Lobs it. Fucking.
Imagine he lobbed it the wrong way and he just hurled it at Phil.
And just like Jeeves walking
like,
by, just what the fuck?
No, how I imagine it is, so you know, like when they're filming, they're like, and shoot, and like they forget to tell Keanu's actor to face the wall where he's supposed to throw the mug. She just goes, and they're like, Steve, duck, Steve.
Fucking hell, you trying to kill me?
After me, that would have been a brilliant thing.
It's like it's just a panning shot where Phil's slowly moving. Oh, fucking hell! Ah! What do you mean?
He doesn't even call him Keanu. He breaks character and calls the actor by his first name. You wanker.
Fuck you, Danny, you little twat. I don't know why he's more gravelly when he's not Phil.
But yeah, he basically throws a mug, and this leads to a catch hand do where you know he's had a couple of drinks, nearly all the drinks, and he goes up to Mom and he's like, "Phil won't give me access to my child. Help me, Mom. And then Sharon's like, "Don't go tell the lady."
Don't you go fucking telling Phil, you little bastard. You shut your fucking mouth or you're not getting your fucking pocket money.
You're not going on your Game Boy.
I'm checking your Game Boy off you. Why?
And And basically, he's just so drunk he breaks a few glasses.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he doesn't go, "Oh, Linda, catch!"
He starts throwing shit at people. Yeah, he goes to
Sorry.
tell Kat.
Sorry, I just want to say, could you imagine, like, I know George tonight wasn't here this week because he was in Marbella, but could you imagine George tonight standing there and he's like, boom, and they're like, "George, move out of the way," and George just goes, "Come on, you little fucker." He's like, "Oh, no.
It hits him in the forehead, but it just like bounces off. It just does. It's not even like just what? Huh. Who threw that?
I would be scared shitless if I threw something at that guy who plays George tonight. Colin Salmon, I think his name is Salmon. Oh, I'd be scared shitless. I'm sorry, Colin. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Just back off into a corner, like, please.
Fuck
But
yeah.
But yeah,
he goes to tell Kat. He's like, "Oh, Kat, can we have a talk?" And then Sharon's like, "See, he wants you to wish fucking good wedding for you, yeah." And then he's like, "Why is it always Phil? You never choose me." And then Alfie takes him home after a couple of spews in the bog.
Yeah, basically Alfie brings him to the bog. Well, he doesn't bring him to the bog. Keanu runs into the bog, and then Alfie stands outside the door like a bouncer, like, "You ready, son?" And then basically Keanu's like, and he's like, "You see, Phil? I think you see, Phil. You know, he slept with a woman last week.
He was playing football with Emma. He said, 'I'm gonna get my ball in your net.'" Why is that? And yeah, Alfie's like, "What? With Emma?" And then just took him home because he'd had too much sugar.
This leads to a brilliant scene. I want you to do it in your Keanu Kid voice, where Keanu talks to Alfie and he's like, "Men like us don't win against Phil.
We're just really good guys, Alfie. You and me. We're big, cool guys. Look at us."
You sound like, what the fuck was that show? You sound like Milo from that show, and I forget the name of it.
Tweenies.
You sound like Milo from the Tweenies.
What? Why is it always Phil, Alfie? It's just...
I don't know why he's from the Tweenies.
He is a child, that's why. It's his favourite show. When he plays Shiny Show, Sharon has to take the fucking cutlery away.
Yeah. Oh.
Why the fuck have you got all my fucking spoons out the fucking tray? But they told me to, Mum. Oh, for fuck's sake.
What? Accidentally, one of the fucking characters dressed up as Jimmy Savile on the BBC, like, "Oh, Jesus, no, it's a rerun, calm down." For people who don't get that controversy, famously the Tweenies did a rerun, and they dressed up, one of the characters dressed up like a not so nice person, and that's how the Tweenies got re-cancelled. I just love that story. But yeah, Kid Keanu basically gets upset. He tells Alfie, "Guys like him don't win against Phil." And yeah, Alfie then confronts Phil, and Alfie's like, "Oh, well, Phil, you're sleeping with a woman." And Phil's like, "Huh? Who told you?" And then Alfie's like, "Keanu." And then basically Phil goes, "Is there anything else you need to tell me, Alfie?"
Yeah, essentially.
Anything at all?
Alfie starts to get a bit kind of like, Phil, I need to know that you don't deserve Kat, but, I need to know that our boys are safe. I need to know that Kat's safe. I need to know that, everything's going to be looked after. And Phil's like, "What? You what? What? You got cancer? You got cancer, Alfie, eh? You got fucking cancer? Why didn't you fucking tell me?"
This then leads to Phil and Kat wedding goes off without a hitch. Yeah,
I
splendid.
said this just before. Phil even goes, "Look, I won't tell her about your cancer if you don't tell about me and him. All right?" Yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
So they agree.
It-
The promise is kept. Yeah. Wedding.
then the wedding goes off, and Alfie went to Spain.
Mm.
He went to the hospital to get his cancer removed. Even though I feel like this is gonna bite him in the arse, both metaphorically and physically. And not physically because he's a fake TV character, but you get what I mean in the universe. And basically, Linda comes here to comfort him. And it's like, don't you worry, Alfie. Oh, who's my little good Alfie? Who's good Alfie? Sorry, my cousin has a dog, English sheepdog called Alfie. So whenever I think of him, I just think of Alfie, the dog.
All right.
Big English sheepdog, I should have had. And he also has cancer, ironically. Ironically.
For what a fucker. Nah.
This then leads to, and again, I'm gonna need Kid Keanu come out. This is where this is where Keanu comes in and Phil basically grounds him. Go on, Kid Keanu.
I don't even remember what this fucking.
Phil said, "If you tell anyone, I'll kill you."
Oh
if
yeah,
you tell another
he
person,
made his empty threats again. Oh Phil, I'll mess you up. Me and my 3 mates will batter you. I want my sweets. And Phil goes, what? I'll kill you. You tell anyone, I'll kill them too. Fuck off. You can't fucking stop me now. It's just...
And then Keanu has a little cry and runs off. Come on, Keanu, say something.
Phil was me. What did he say? He said I can't have any sweets anymore. Good. Gotta roll your fucking teeth. You should start smoking like me. It'd be better.
Oh, there is also a brilliant scene because you brought up the laugh where Keanu has a little giggle.
Yeah, he's drunk and he's like.
And Alfie's like, "Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing so? Why are you going?" And Keanu, I think that's how Keanu tells him.
It's the most child. Keanu, sexy man. It's like, oh god, this episode's either going to be received as the worst thing ever or the best. Bastards. Sorry.
Scooby-Doo shirt.
Yeah, it's a mystery machine with all horror villains.
Oh.
Ah.
I don't know.
This podcast is
that Keanu bit has fucked me off.
Yeah, I suppose. No. I mean, you bumped into a final topic, that being Alfie lying about his cancer. So we'll just do that now and do the Ravi stuff in a second. But yeah, Alfie goes to the hospital, thinks he's going to be alone, but as Piggy said, Linda shows up and goes, "It's all right. I'm here." And, you know, has the operation, has a bit of a cry. Now he's going to go recover off screen. He also admits that he still loves Kat. And I don't really... I guess he's just going to vanish for a couple of weeks.
Just want to chime in. He does appear next week, by the way. He'll probably vanish. Sorry for the spoiler, but like it's not like fucking I'm saying Theo's going to die next week.
Spoiler.
But basically, from what I've read, is basically Alfie goes to Phil, I need to recover in Spain, and then he goes to Spain or Marbella, wherever it is, and he just fucks off for a few weeks, maybe even months. He returns at Christmas, and he's like, "I love you, Kat. I fucking love you. I fucking love you." I think Kat's like, "We've moved on." And then that's when the whole Phil and Alfie thing comes out. Then on I don't know why you always go to Christmas Day, but on Christmas Day you have Alfie with Phil. You have Keanu with Sharon, like, and they're all having Christmas Day dinner. And then Keanu's like, Mom, Phil slept with a woman. Mm-hmm. And then like Alfie's like, "Yeah, I can back this up." And Phil's like, "He has cancer." And that's how I do the first episode, if there is a first episode. That'd be the duff.
I don't think it's going to cook over to that point. I think there's a Christmas wedding. of sorts, where Kat and Alfie leave together or something. After it's all revealed that Phil was blackmailing Alfie the whole time, got a bit nasty. Keanu gets involved. Kat and Alfie swan off in the sunset. Probably come back shortly after. But, I don't know, Shane Ritchie doesn't really like to do very long stints anymore. Like, the last time he was here, he's gone on a fucking flash. There's a chance he just leaves soon. There's a chance he stays around because he likes Chris Crenshaw. But, yeah. I think we've just about covered everything.
He's just want to say that I love Shane Ritchie, and he's brilliant. People don't give Shane Ritchie his flowers, even though they should. There is something I unearthed. It's a minute clip, right? I want to send it to you because I want you to react to this clip, if you don't mind reacting to it. It's a minute long. It's about a minute and a half. It is. It's Shane Ritchie meeting Leslie Grantham.
I'm good.
No. Basically, I'll describe what happens. So they were doing a documentary basically where they were showing the return of Leslie, and Alfie, Shane keeps making jokes. This guy's from Fort Bayard, and then he starts making jokes with Leslie. And Leslie, you can tell Leslie wants to say, "Who is this twat?" But he clearly can't. So he just makes some slight remark, and Alfie's like, "I heard that," or Shane's like, "I heard that." I would, to be fair, if I was in the environment where I had to work with Shane Ritchie and Leslie Grantham, I would be scared shitless.
Very
true. You have Leslie who takes a serious thing, if Shane who's like, "Come for a pint with me," after this shoot, and then Leslie's like, "Do you want to do some cam work with me?" What does it involve, Leslie? Nothing. It's with a woman, I promise.
I also think it's time to announce that Kid Keanu is available for bookings at children's parties.
Go on, announce Kid Keanu.
Can you imagine that? Oh, mate, some balloon dogs. You just blew it up. Yeah, it's a dog. See, it just starts like roof. It's just. Oh Jesus, Kid Keanu's gone too far. Let's carry on. I
want Kid Keanu to do the Bill Clinton speech, my fellow Americans. Can you please do that? You know what speech I'm on about?
Yes. God, that's not happening, but that is.
God, no, I need it.
Well, Kid Keanu will become a recurring character, as I refuse to actually take Keanu seriously. So anytime Keanu is on screens, Kid Keanu will exist. Do you hate it? Tell us in the comment section down below. I won't stop it because it's too fun. But yeah, let's go ahead and to the final one. That being Ravi's, oh bloody hell, typing's hard. Killer secret revealed. Who'd he kill?
Nothing. He likes to bang killers.
Dad. Ravi, when he was introduced, he kind of came in all suddenly. Oh, who's this sexy villain type? Oh. And ultimately he killed his dad, Ranveer, who I believe is Ranveer, who tried to. He was, we saw him as he was trying to get some business deals with Suki. He was trying to we can work on the empire together. And he was always this weird, lechy kind of creepy businessman who's probably gonna pay somebody a bit of hush hush money. And she wants him to sign these contracts and figures out that the only way to do it is to kind of blackmail him to show that he's a creep. And she set up this camera, and ultimately she went, "You're a fucking creep. I've got all this blackmail on evidence on fucking video." And he went, "Great, time to fucking film this, baby." And genuinely tried to sexually assault her. She smacked him on the head. And then as far as Suki knew, it was over. She'd avoided it. And then Ravi came in and went, "Look, right, I'll sort this." And then Ranveer grabbed Ravi "You're not my son, you fucking freak." I hate you. And, well, Ravi smacked him in the head and murdered him. And then decided to edit the fucking the security cam footage to make it seem like Suki had killed him and made her feel like absolute shit for a long time.
When did it happen? Last year?
It was when Ravi was introduced. I think it was like this kind of start of last year, I believe. How long has Nish been in the show?
I still think Nish is pretty new.
Yeah, Ravi came in 2022. Early 2022 would make sense. And yeah, soon after, Ravi's talking to Nish, and then they decide to sort this. But yeah, it happened like kind of during last year. And yeah, this has kind of led up to this big build where suddenly Denise has found this footage and is saying that Ravi killed Ranveer rather than Suki. Suki's like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah, you heard any of this shit? And then Ravi finds out, starts trying to blackmail Suki. They have this confrontation where she's like, you fucking killed him, and you let me believe it was. And Kirat took the blame for you. And then, she gets a phone call like, hello, it's like, oh, the police. And then Ravi's like, it's only a broken leg, eh? And she's just like, you little rat. You little fucking rat. Ratty Galati. I just gave it a try, didn't work. Can't be calling Ravi Ratty. And ultimately she, back and forth, duking it out, fisticuffs and everything. And in return, she gets Kirat, moved to a different prison so she can no longer be hurt. And then tells Nugget, your dad's a fucking murderer. He killed the person who was basically Nugget's father figure, right? He pretty much raised him because Ravi was in and out of jail and, kind of always a bit wayward, doesn't really, there's never been a good dad. So then, in, the final scenes of the episode, Ravi and Suki have one more confrontation, then Nugget just goes, fuck this, I'm out. Takes his bags, fucking just walks into the distance. Nugget has probably gonna go missing, and who knows when we'll next see him or where.
Me and Ash, when we were watching this together, kept making the joke that because Ravi hid in a suitcase, hid the body in a suitcase. Me and Ash kept making the joke that it was Nugget's suitcase, and all he was upset about was the fact he ruined the suitcase.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck that his granddad died. But it was my suitcase. Why did you get rid of it? I had 20 quid in there. It's really insensitive, but it's a fictional character's death. Ranveer was a bell end. That suitcase, though, that was a family heirloom. It's mine. It's my suitcase.
Yeah, could you imagine that's how the conversation goes? Ravi goes, I did murder your granddad, and Nugget just returns, yeah, but why'd you use my suitcase? Like, what? What do you mean? It's the only suitcase. And Nugget's like, yeah, but it's my
I've had that
suitcase
since I was a boy.
Keanu comes in.
My mum gave birth to me in that suitcase. I don't think she was in the suitcase, but he could.
Then Kid Keanu comes along and he's like, yeah, it was my suitcase.
No.
Go on.
My suitcase has blue dots on it. Shut up, Keanu. Adults are talking. There's Nugget saying it to him as well.
Nugget speaking on me. Keanu, you're 23. Mom.
Why don't you ever back me up?
Because you're 23, you get a life.
I hate you.
I'm not your real mom.
I don't know.
The fucking Michael Jackson laugh.
But yeah, so Nugget has gone walkies.
Yeah, he's upset. See, because the reason why he's upset and he had to use a bag is because his suitcase went missing. So that's why.
Fuck's sake. Nice one. Yeah.
Could you imagine he's rooting through the house and he's like, right, there's my dad's suitcase. There's me granddad's suitcase. Folks, where's my suitcase?
This is where the really strange writing of Ravi comes in. Because it's like, EastEnders has lined up a devastating scenario for Ravi as his son's gone missing. And it's like, he's a villain though. Like, they want him to be nice and likable, like a nuanced, like developed character. They just keep making him be an absolute bellend to everyone. But now we're supposed to feel sorry for him. Like, it's your fault he went missing because you killed his fucking father figure, you absolute shite bag.
And let's not forget he buried him in his suitcase.
Like, it's just one of those things where now Ravi's going to be on the warpath. Like, where's he fucking gone? Where's he gone? And he's going to, like, fucking burst out his shirt or something. It's fucking... it's a boing. It's a fucking flies off.
Starts bouncing his tits.
Where is Ravi? Just fucking... boom, boom, boom. And... Oh, shit, you know. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's, that's what happened. The least interesting way to clarify the segment.
Could you imagine, like, I know they won't do it, but for, like, children in need, because you know, like, how for children in need, they do these music videos, like, with 10 characters. Imagine Nugget is still missing, so they recreate the Blink-182 song, I Miss You. Ravi's fucking Mark Hoppus, and, like, Ravi's Tom DeLonge going, you, and I'm so sorry. And like Nish in the background, like, fucking, where are... It's just like, hello there.
Playing the fucking triangle.
Chucky's on the drums.
Yeah. There we are. That's the week of EastEnders. Did you like this slightly adult, slightly weird, but still very fun edition of Watching Walford? Let us know. But let's go into the final section that we do every single time. The final thoughts and the award show. So, no pauses needed, Piggy. On the whole, week of EastEnders. What I suppose one thing we didn't mention, is we didn't mention that Cindy has now welcomed Bobby back into the Beale family home. There was a big confrontation, and
just wanna. Yeah. I'll basically run through it. Basically, throughout the week, we see Bobby. He's not getting along at Sonia's and Reese's because, you know, you have Reese. You know, I'm not saying he'd be weird around, but, you know, I'd assume Reese couldn't really handle a serial. I know he's not a serial killer, but, like, he couldn't handle a murderer living in the same household as him. Then you have Sonia, who's playing the trumpet, so it's kind of like, yeah, guys, please let me into the house. Michael, don't leave me here, Michael. He's banging on the door like, Cindy. like, and then basically he goes to bring his stuff in, and then Cindy's like, oh, outside. And basically this basically leads to Cindy and Bobby to have a conversation. And Cindy's like, you murdered her. And I'm like, Cindy, I understand you murdered her, right? But here's the thing. Where were you? I understand you were in witness protection, but you never did a phone call, you never sent a message, you did nothing. So you have no right to know about your dead daughter. So fuck you. And basically Cindy's upset because Bobby is in the same household. I'm like, you do realise Bobby went to jail. He did his time in jail.
He served his time. He's completely rehabilitated. He's changed his life. He found religion. Like, you know, maybe, obviously it'll be so hard because, you know, it'll be so hard to not hold that against someone. But well, we're getting to see a couple more of the more well. See, Cindy's a bit more of like a complex character than she is like a. She's not really a good person, and she never really was. She was always a bit fucking mouthy, a bit fucking aggressive. Probably manipulate people and just like hurt people. So yeah, we get we saw like she's back, mum, and then she's a bit likes to get her own way. So, but it was nice to see Ian actually say, "Look, Bobby's my son. I love him. I've forgiven him. If you don't forgive him, fucking leave." Which was nice because on the previous writers, when Ian left, he would have went, "Fuck you, Bobby, you little bastard. Didn't like you anyways. You weren't even my favorite like wife's mother, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. However you phrase that." Yeah, there we are. That's the Bobby stuff. Final thoughts, Piggy. Yours first.
Obviously, I'm glad we've introduced some new segments like the fucking blue suitcase and Kid Keanu. It's a blue suitcase, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Because I thought I seen a photo of the suitcase. Right, I know it's a weird question because it's a fictional character, but did he stuff a full-on dead body in it, or did he chop the body up?
Depends how large the suit. Ranveer wasn't exactly a small man.
I'm saying.
So you'd have to do some fucking. You'd have to do some like. Just fucking get in there, fucking chop.
Head sticking out like that. like you know what I mean? Ranveer
if he just generally fit in a suitcase. I know that when you're dead, it's a lot easier, but like I say I know. I don't. Never folded up a body to put in a suitcase. But ultimately, yeah, it feels like if he did, it feels like people aren't realizing how dodgy the shit you must have done to fit Ranveer, a fully grown adult man, into what's probably a very small suitcase. Like, is he chopping that? Yeah, like you said, is he chopping that fucker up? Like,
imagine he gets on the plane with he has the wrong suitcase, and you do like a comedy stick where he's like, "Yeah, here's my stuff."
Fucking hell. Jesus. God. He goes through that?
It goes through like what is it, the TSA, like, and they're like, "This looks like a body. Excuse me, Ravi, is this a body in the suitcase?" "No, it's my clothes, right?" just have a look at this.
Yeah.
Guys, I need to go home. They're like, "We need to bring you in." No, I need to go home now. Bollocks. And then like in the woods, you just see all his clothes are like scattered over the woods. But like, again, I understand there's a question that won't be answered, but I need to know, because how are you going to fit it?
If he's chopping up that body, it's a whole lot worse. It's not the fact that he murdered someone. He murdered what was his dad, and then fucking cut him up to put him in a fucking suitcase. Like, that's a bit more than just murdering someone.
Yeah, again, I understand people are going to go, but that's not a real question. But I'm like, it is. Because again, I understand murdering, but if you also fucking did, if you did chop him up, like, you're going even further. And
yeah,
what did he start doing?
It's escalating it to a higher level. But yeah,
what did he do? Jeffrey Dahmer eat him? Like, did he do that?
Oh, lovely kidneys. Kidney steak and kidney pie, yes.
The testicles taste lovely today.
Protein. Whoa.
Could you imagine he ate them instead of burying them?
They wouldn't have had to steal a fucking nugget suitcase.
My suitcase is gone.
He wouldn't have left if he'd have just eaten him. But yeah, final thoughts. Come on.
My final thoughts is it's been a good week. It is sometimes a drag to again watch these. Sometimes we're not in the right mood, but we try our best to make each other laugh. That's why we start to watch them together mostly. Yeah. So we try and watch them together, and we try and make each other laugh. Like the fucking suitcase joke just came out of nowhere.
As did Kid Keanu.
Well, Kid Keanu was more invented on the podcast. The blue suitcase was more invented when we were watching the show.
Yeah.
But again, it was a fun week. Like I do enjoy it, but I do have some unanswered questions that I need answered. And why was it a nugget suitcase? Did you drop the body up? Because again, if they're gonna do the whole thing where they're gonna find the body, like is there just gonna be a head sticking out, like looking at them? Like is it just gonna be like this? A head and a fucking no body. Like but yeah, Alfie the Alfie stuff I don't really like, but it's not my forte. Do love Shane Ritchie. I did love his little cackle he did when Keanu did his cackle. Why you I don't know why. I just loved it. Of course Phil and Sharon also, maybe getting back together. Hopefully not. Really hope not. I want Phil to get someone with someone else, or at least be like a roadblock.
Nadine. Bloody hell, no, I never got the chance with all of me, but it's just weird because she's family, but you're not related.
You know what they say? Flip them, dump them, fuck them.
That's Jesus.
Yeah. Imagine he made her wear a Lola mask.
It's not even a proper mask. It's just like a cardboard cutout.
And the mouth hole is like missing.
Jesus. All right. My final thoughts. It was a decent week. It was obviously a bit hard to get into for obvious reasons, adjusting to my new situation. But I've had a decent amount of fun going through it on the podcast. It's been a great podcast. I hope people liked it. I hope it's not like, guys, can you fucking turn it down a bit? I want to hear about EastEnders. But if you did like this sort of stuff, tell us. As Kid Keanu will be back.
Go on, Kid Keanu.
Now you can figure out whether it's a collective like sigh or a collective like, hey, we fucking did it. Sometimes you have to will a bit into existence. Will a booby. It was for a week. It was decent enough. I think they'd like to believe it was built up a lot more. Like, I think they believe that this had like the proper like right build and like it was all like hitting properly. Maybe it's just me being slightly disjointed, but it feels like they wanted something a bit more explosive, but it was actually quite standard. Like it wasn't necessarily like a big outlandish week. It's like, yes, of course, Alfie has cancer. Yes, Kat and Phil are gonna get married. No, Phil's not gonna get his comeuppance yet. Like, it's just very standard stuff. I like the Nadine and Jay stuff. I do like Jay actually finally being able to explore his grief after about 6 months. And I do like that. I don't know. It was a good week. Still confused of where the Ravi character goes from now. Like, you can, most characters you can generally see like, oh, it's going to go A then B. But with Ravi, it's kind of like, is he just going to be a massive dick now? Or is he actually going to be nice again? But yeah, it's a good week and a very fun podcast. But the awards, Piggy. What awards do we usually give out?
Who needs... No, we won't go about who needs slapping down yet. The most Steve Blackman out of the Steve Blackmans.
That being the most wooden, the most... The
wooden out of the wooden.
Yes, the ones who... about as much acting range as Patsy Kensit's face. Just, if you need a physical example, that.
Oh, wait, you want me to do an example?
No, it's just the Patsy Kensit example. I think he explains it completely.
There
She's a
you
good
go.
actress. It's just the face doesn't move, so it's a bit weird.
Hello, how are you? That's how Patsy kind of talks. Like, hello, how are you?
Hi,
Kenji, you're supposed to be
how's it
smiling.
going? I am smiling. Ah, yeah, great sound.
Are you smiling? Yes, I am smiling. I'm good. How are you?
do like the actress. Love her in EastEnders. Like,
Yeah,
it's just a bad case of some probably quite botched Botox. Botched.
boxed Botox.
Boxed Botox.
Botox.
Yeah. First up, who is the most wooden? Who is the recipient of the Steve Blackman Award?
This, who you going for first?
Ranvir's body to fit in that fucking suitcase. Rigor mortis exists. You know, the body starts like, it goes static. It goes very fucking stiff. So was he chopped up to go in that suitcase? Or was he just like, get the fucking in there. Fucking Jesus. You know? Exactly. Just like that. So Ranvir's dead corpse.
The suitcase is getting another award, but I'm not telling you the award I'm giving it to. But I'm gonna give it to again. He's gotten most of the awards, but I'm giving it to Keanu.
You can tell how good an actor is at how well they are being drunk, and Keanu being drunk, it's just really fucking just. If he did genuinely do the Kid Keanu voice, I think the scenes would be a lot more interesting.
Yeah. The next award is most underrated.
Oh, you
go first.
Linda. I've somewhat come around on Linda this year, simply because she went from her entire life is with Mick, now she's an alcoholic, now she's just a pretty terrible human. But, you know, through this year, they've really managed to do a good job in kind of rehabilitating the character. Where, you know, now she's got family again, she's got friends, she's ascending up to that, like, Walford matriarch type, you know, the Queen Vic landlady. You know, she's slowly rising up the totem pole, going a bit further and further as we go along. So, I want to say Linda. It's quite impressive how improved she's been this year. Because ultimately, there are some characters who you believe that you'll never like. And I thought she was going to be one of them. So,
I agree. Because again, people know I don't really like the whole Linda and Mick thing. I just don't like it. It's not my thing. I understand people enjoy it, and I'm not going to shit on them, but I just don't like Danny Dyer as an actor. Like, it might be a great human. I love taking the piss out of Danny Dyer the more I love Danny Dyer. Like, I'd rather take the piss out of him than love him. Does that make sense? Because he is a person where you can just go, ha ha, he's stupid.
He's just, everything he does is kind of, I don't know. It's like, I remember I was like, oh, I watched like Soccer Aid, you know, where they play football and like they get a bunch of celebrities. Like, oh fuck, Danny Dyer's in it. Yeah, let's watch him fucking chundle around the fucking pitch. Just, oh fuck you know, don't pass me the fucking ball. Oh, score! Just, I don't know. Just, I love him, but just because of the stuff he did as Mick. Because as much as the Mick Carter character was very tired, and you know, clearly they'd spent too much time together. I can't hate it though. I really can't, because the characterization is quite fun.
Obviously, again, I think Danny Dyer is like that one mate. You're not friends with him, but you like to go for a pint with him.
Oh, yeah. Just go for a pint with him. Like 3 pints in, he's on the table, like slagging off the barman.
I fucking you, mate. Fucking you. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking wanker. Give me another fucking pint. He's like British Stone Cold. What?
Yeah.
He's Cockney, isn't he?
Yeah, he's Cockney.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, my most underrated is Nugget.
All right. Respect it.
Because like his suitcase went missing, his life is falling apart. He had a row with Kit Keanu. He didn't have a row with Kit Keanu. That would be funny. Like his world is falling apart. So yeah, that's my award. I think.
I also just like the approach of just, oh, my world's falling apart. All right, see ya. See ya. Bye bye. Yep, don't leave the biscuits out. Oh, I've had them ready. Also, I'm invoicing you for my fucking suitcase. I stole yours, but still miss it. Yeah, and the actor does a good job. Like, I don't want to hijack this simply because all of the teen actors have been given good shit to do. Like, all of them are actually able to both be the dumb, stupid teen, like, TikTok, attention span. I don't know what fucking, they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to be insensitive and dumb. But they've all actually been given some genuinely, like, serious storylines to deal with. This is how you build characters that people like. And when they turn adults, well, then you fucking set them loose, So, yeah, good job, EastEnders. Between reviving a lot of the tired current cast and generally putting a lot of excitement and a lot of endearment into the younger characters.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, and it's time for Who Needs Slapping Down, and I'm going first. I'm hijacking this award. Instead of Who Needs Slapping Down, I'm going with Who Needs Chopping Down. And I'm going with Ranveer and that blue suitcase.
God, this bit's gonna be so tired, even after one episode.
Yeah, go on with Ranveer, go.
Yeah, no, I'd imagined it. Just like him being the most wooden, maybe you gotta chop that shit down. Just like wooden planks, it will fall. It will collapse. It will all fit into that juicy little blue suitcase, unfortunately. Who needs slapping down? Probably it's just Ravi, isn't it? It's just, as a character, he's really confusing, and the way it goes is like, oh, he's nice again. Okay. It's like in wrestling, for example, when it's like, this person's a big like authority character, and they're gonna go like come out and be like, yeah, you people are the fucking worst, and then suddenly like a really big show happens. It's like, yeah, we fucking built this, woo, and it's like, wait, but it's supposed to be bad though, like 2 weeks ago.
Basically, for a modern wrestling fan, if you want a real comparison, like if you want a like comparison, basically look at Triple H on Raw, then look at him on NXT, because on Raw he'd be like, me and my friend Mark, we will stop watching wrestling, and then on NXT he'd be like, lads, welcome to the show.
On Raw he's in the suit like, you people, and on NXT he's in the leather jacket like, we fucking built this, whoa. It's like, what? You're a dick. You're a dick, and like, where do we follow? Like, how is Ravi gonna go? I can't tell you because it keeps fluctuating.
Another example for someone would be Tony Khan to many people, because many people think Tony Khan's just a non-nice person. Him doing the Daniel Garcia dance, like, I can't fucking do the dance, but
absolute loser. But yeah, there we are.
Who is the Tony Khan of EastEnders? So let's can he do the dance?
I'm sure he'd try. We have been watching Walford. This has been another edition of the show. I don't really think there's much to address. We've addressed everything that's happening a bit earlier. Now that I'm feeling a bit more into it, like I said, hopefully we'll start to see a couple more videos coming out on the channel. If you do have any ideas, tell us. Like, I think it was Danny May, I believe, in the comment section said, hey, you know that Rita Simmons? yeah, she's coming to Hollyoaks. Obviously, the person who played Roxy Mitchell, she's coming to Hollyoaks. They went like, who do you reckon she should play? And I went, oh, and she went, here's a bunch of stuff I thought of, and I'm like, holy fuck, like, that's some cool fucking ideas, man.
Stealing that, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
My idea. I came
I
up with that
fucking built
myself. But yeah, it'll be a good time for the channel. It'll be a good thing to figure out how we'll manage this with both of our time now being, well, yeah, with both of us now being freed up. Thank you for all the support on all the videos as well. It's been very nice to see you. A lot of the Hollyoaks stuff has been welcomed in with open arms. Lovely to see that. Hollyoaks is probably my favourite soap somehow. And I'm glad that I just get to have excuses to talk about it. Yeah, anything else we need to go into before the end of this? Anything we need to announce or talk about?
I do want to do a video. I don't know if it'll record it after this, but I want to do one of Cathy's Cafe Gun and Fire. Obviously I want to host that kind of, if Ash allows me. And yeah, that's a video I want to do. We might see it on the channel, you might not.
I think we'll do that a bit closer to this time.
And we might all our, I don't know if we'll create a playlist called Shit Can Videos. But if we shit can a video, we might just make it what's the word? We might just make it unlisted and you guys can view it if you want. Because I rather keep the unlisted content up than delete it, because I don't want any media from this channel going missing, and then, like, you know, you have some fucking lost media channel going, Piggy and Ash's video on EastEnders 5 characters' toenails goes missing. And we're like, okay, thanks. Because I'm a big fan of lost media. If people who know me, I love lost media. Don't love not safe for work lost media. That shit scares me. Like, Nick Crawley scares the shit out of me. Like, he did one on the Capper. And I was like, oh, what's the Capper? That must be like Guys Who Lace Block. Nope, it was a bunch of pedophiles fucking sharing images about kids on a Daily Motion channel called the Capper, where they'd like get underage people to share pictures of themselves, and I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Well, that's enough internet for today.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I suppose.
Again, I do recommend people look at lost media, but don't go into the dark lost media, please. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, maybe don't do that. But yeah, it's one sentiment just think. This should be a good thing for the channel, because it means that, you know, maybe more time can be invested into a lot of the other aspects, you know. Maybe we do some more like Walford on taps, you know, maybe we spend a bit more time covering all the stuff. Maybe I finally work on a bunch of the scripted videos that I have been theorizing, you know, like the scrap storylines. That I've gotten all of the documents I want to go through, but I just need to actually write it into one concise, nice little script. Maybe I do some more editing with some of these videos, you know, maybe I pull some footage for them. But mostly just allowing me and Piggy to have more time to plan, think about, and at least do all this stuff, where there's probably not going to be that much going on, so hopefully we'll be at our best. It's not like, we have to record a video, and I'm like, I've worked about 7 hours, I'm so done. You know, hopefully there's less of those. But yeah, that is all from us from the podcast. I've been Ash from Watching Walford, and I've been joined by Piggy.
I would do the outro, but I really, since we basically killed it, I want Kid Keanu to do the outro, please, on my half.
Jesus. Well, I'm not going to tell everybody to subscribe, but gee, I can't.
Tell us where to follow us.
Nah, I can't. The dog's barking, the fucking phone's going. Bloody hell. Subscribe! There we are. All you get, one meek little one Thank you for watching Walford. Follow us on Twitter /X, Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Twitch as well at Watching Walford. Not much else from us. Weird week, but a necessary one. I hope this podcast hasn't been too strange. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.